Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chris from Diecast Racing Team. I'm bringing this video to you guys today to do a comparison between Hot Wheels and the company Mini GT. Right here, I have both a Corvette C8.R from Hot Wheels and one from Mini GT. We're just going to kind of go around the cars and show you the differences and similarities between the two and talk just a little bit about them. So first off, I'm going to show you the Hot Wheel Corvette C8.R. So this is the car that Hot Wheel came out with that's showcasing the newer Corvette C8.R. I think they actually did a pretty good job at recreating this vehicle, especially for $1. They did a pretty good job at this. Now, for $1 compared to the price of what you get a Mini GT for, you wouldn't expect there to be as much detail or as much quality as what the Mini GT would have. I'm not going to say in this video which car I think's better or which car would be a better investment, but I'm just here to show you the differences between the two cars. So like I said, this is the Hot Wheels Corvette C8.R. This one's in blue with white racing stripes. It has a few details on it, not a whole lot. They have a decal here. They have a number plate decal here. Same thing on this side. It shows the Corvette C8.R down here in the bottom. Little Hot Wheels logo there. But other than that, there's not a lot of extra detail. It has the Corvette on the window here. But you can't see, for instance, the engine on the inside of the back window here, because these new Corvettes are actually rear engine cars or mid-engine cars. Yeah, you can't see it. And the detail on the inside is quite vague. But, you know, what do you expect for a $1 car? It is amazing that in today's economy you can still buy a little toy car like this that actually looks pretty nice for $1. At least they are here where I live in the United States, in Texas. They cost about $1 to $1.25 depending on where you find them. But surprisingly on this car, a lot of my other Hot Wheel cars that I have, the headlights is just a decal. These actually have an insert. It's not decal, it's a little plastic insert for the headlights here. You can see that the radiator, I don't know if you can see it, it has, there you go, has a little bit of detail on it, but not a lot. The underbody is, you know, plain. Has the rear diffusers back here. Actually looks pretty decent. You can see the rear exhaust. But as you can see, the rear lights here, I don't know if I can bring that closer to you. They've just got a little bit of paint on them. Other than that, there's no detail on it. You get a little red on the rear spoiler. But all in all, it's actually a nice looking car. So now I'm going to open up the Mini GT Corvette C8.R and kind of show you a little bit of the difference. Try to do this on camera. It'll be a little bit trickier than it looks. Try not to cut my finger off. Probably the smarter way of doing it. Alright. See, with Hot Wheels, essentially all you get is a little cardboard card and the piece of plastic that covers the car. With Mini GT, you get a blister pack. At least here in the United States you do. From what I understand overseas, some of the cars only come with this little box and a little plastic protective case for the cars. Whereas here, you get the blister pack. As you can see, this one's a limited run. I think all of their cars from Mini GT are, limited runs. This one's one of 3,600. Oh, by the way, Miho Exclusives is the one that is the distributor for this. You see the official licensing sticker on the back for GM. And it's important to note here that whereas this is a car, a toy car, this is a toy. This is something you would get your kids, they'd ride them down a track or along the floor. Like the spoiler in the back, it's all metal. It's a little bit more durable. Whereas the Mini GT version, you see the rear spoilers, it's plastic. It's a little bit more flimsy, but it is more accurate. It's more what the actual car would have looked like. Like I was saying, you also get a box with these. I can open it up without tearing it. And inside the box, you have that plastic protective case I was telling you about. So I've gotten some of these cars from overseas, and they're essentially the same, but all you get is the box. You don't get the blister pack for it. Essentially, the car goes in there, and you can store it. It actually kind of snaps in place too, which is nice. But then you just slide it in the box, and it's protected, and you have a storage case for it, so you can store them a lot easier if you don't want to display them. But if you want to look at the Mini GT here, you can see there's, if you'll focus, quite a few more decals on there. It's more correct with what the real car was like. And these also have rubber wheels, kind of like what the premium cars from Hot Wheels, the real riders have, the premium rubber wheels. Mini GT comes with that. Another distinctive difference is the side mirrors are just little nubs on the Hot Wheels, where it probably makes it a lot more durable. It's not very accurate to a real world. Whereas Mini GT has little rubber, I don't know if you can see this, little rubber side mirrors. On focus. They're little rubber side mirrors, but they're more accurate to size. And like I was saying, the Mini GTs have a lot more detail on them. Each logo is clean. It's easy to read, and there's more of them. Now the Mini GT here has inserts as well, which I was surprised that the Hot Wheels had inserts as well. But as you can see, the Mini GT actually looks better. You can see the lights down here, like what would be the fog lights, are just cast into the metal on the Hot Wheels. Whereas the Mini GT has inserts. They also have these wind deflectors on the front like the real cars have. The radiator has more detail on it. you can see that this car is more like the real version of this car. This car here, for instance, was a 2021 IMSA Sebring 12 hours. This is the car that raced in that race. You can see the undercarriage of this is also not very detailed. From what I also understand, some of the Mini GT didn't have the year or description of what the car was. This one does. You kind of see the differences here. Now they're supposed to both be 64 scale, 1/64 scale. But it looks to me like the Mini GT is a little bit wider, but maybe it just looks that way. Let's compare them here. If I line them up, yeah, the Mini GT does stick out just a tad bit more than what the Hot Wheels does. I think this is a great looking car. See the rear lights, the difference between the rear lights. It's just more detail in the Mini GT. There you go. You can see them a little bit better now compared to Hot Wheels. So I'm not even sure if there's any actual paint for the lights, or if that's just where the paint pulled up made it look a little bit darker. I don't know if that was intentional or not. But you can see with the Mini GT here, there's far more detail than what the Hot Wheel has. The rear exhaust is also painted. You can see that compared to the Hot Wheels, where it's not. It's just part of the plastic, like where the bottom is right there. It might be a little hard to see, but the interior of these has far more detail. There's even a roll cage in there. You kind of see the roll cage there. There's a lot more detail to these than what there are in the Hot Wheel. And there should be. I mean, this costs $1, right? Whereas this costs, depending on where you buy it from, anywhere from $10 to $15. So it costs quite a bit more. If you're looking just to collect, to display a car, this is the one you want to go with. If you're looking to have play with or give to your child, or if you just don't want to spend a lot of money and want a car that still looks pretty cool, the Hot Wheel is the way to go. Now, if you look at your return on investment on Hot Wheels versus some of these other cars, typically you get a lot more return on investment on some of these, depending on which ones you buy, which Hot Wheels you buy, because you can buy them for $1 and potentially sell them for substantially more than that. Whereas these, you buy, like I said, anywhere from $10 to $15, and you might be able to get 20 on a good day, unless you hold on to them for a while and they become rare. Like I said, if you want something that you just want to display, then the Mini GT is the way to go. It's more accurate, it's way more detailed, it's really good quality. Like I said, it's not necessarily a toy. Now they do roll, as you can see. They do roll, but they don't roll as good as like Hot Wheels do. on a track, these Hot Wheels would do a lot better than these Mini GTs, but like I said, they're not toys, they're more like models. Even on the box, they say, I think, ages 14 plus. Yeah, ages 14 plus. It's a collector's model. It's not necessarily a toy you'd give to your 5-year-old. Pieces that they could break off more easily, whereas this, it's just a solid piece of metal for the rear spoiler. And the side mirrors are little nubs, but they're metal. They're part of the body. And where these, they have little rubber wheels that you can pull off. Kid could swallow or shove up their nose, whatever kids do with them. The mirrors could potentially break off. And the rear spoiler here is a lot more fragile on the Mini GTs. And whichever one you decide to buy, that's completely, up to you guys. But I just wanted to show you the difference between the Mini GT Corvette C8.R and the Hot Wheel Corvette C8.R. I mean, out of all the Hot Wheels I have, this is up there amongst one of my favorite ones that I have. It's just a nice looking car, especially for costing $1. It's just a really nice looking car. Whereas this one, like I said, depending on when you buy it, costs $10 to $15, but it's a lot better looking, in my opinion. That's all I have for you guys for today. I just wanted to showcase these two cars, one from Hot Wheels, one from Mini GT. Show you the difference. If any of you are interested in seeing any more of these kind of comparisons or videos, I'll probably be coming out with some more of them with different Hot Wheels cars that I have and the same cars for Mini GT, and compare them together so you can kind of see the difference. They're both great cars. However, they both have different purposes. So, you guys have a great evening. I'll catch you next time I create a video. Have fun collecting, and if you're into it, playing. I'll talk to you guys later.